Talk, 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 talk. Hello, today we are doing a quick overview of the Element.io matrix interface for someone who is coming from Discord. So let's get started real quick. Once you log in, you're going to be greeted by this, welcome to whatever domain you joined. In this case, we're using the Kinson domain. Over here on the left is what we're going to first want to look at. You're not going to have these what looks like Discord servers or not. We'll get into that in a sec. You're going to be in this all rooms section. Here it's going to group every room you'll send a message in and all the DMs. If you need to, you can just go up here, Control K, or just click the search bar, and then you can search for all the rooms if you're trying to find something quickly. But let's say you've been invited to a server and you see the server, but let's say you don't see all the rooms you think you should see, because it maybe just pops up directly like this right into the room, and you want to see the entire layout, because you're like, oh, well, this is cool, but I'm pretty sure people have said more than just this. Well, what you can do over here on the left, you can click on the space. Now remember, these are now called spaces instead of servers. We double click it, and then it gives us the layout of that entire space. Now within spaces, when we're actually chatting, instead of channels, they're now called rooms. Rooms function very similarly to how a Discord group chat would function. And then spaces collect these group chats together so you can organize them quite nicely. So here you can even see that we have this project space inside the think tank space. So you can nest spaces, and then these spaces each have their own rooms in them. And so here in this view that we double clicked, this top level think tank, the topography of this space, we can see we have two channels here, and then we have this subspace, which then goes down into this Jarvis channel. If we were to look at the topography of just this project space, it would just have Jarvis, because it can't see, up into the parent node. And then you can see on this sidebar, it changes contextually, where in the think tank, we can see Jarvis, that's in the sub project, or the subspace, but in the subspace, we cannot see the super spaces rooms. Very important to know. But let's say another important thing that you want to know is you're moderating a room or moderating a space, and you create a room and people can't find it. This is a great way to find it. Right here, instead of view, it would say join. Very useful. Okay, so let's say you go in, you create a new room. Beautiful. New room from the video. We could right click this, invite people directly, right? Very cool. But let's say we don't see this room here. We can just leave this room. But now we can see I left the room, but it's still here. So I can be like, oh, hey, look. In the topography map of the only me space, I can now see the room, and here's how I would join it. It's going to error out because there's no one in the room to let me in, but that is what it is. Don't everyone leave a room, because that's just going to fall out into the ether and disappear, which is a fun time. But let's say another cool thing, you create a room, other room. We create the room, and we're like, oh, cool. But then we realize, oh, dang, this other room, I wanted it to actually be in this collection, in this only me space. Well, what you can do when we go to add, we can just add an existing room, and then we can search for it. So other room, you can select it, and we can add it, and then that pulls it into your space for you. Very good to know. That's going to be your main things that you need to know as you start using Matrix with the Element.io interface.